What's up guys, in this video I present to you my 3D printed sword, which I call Sakura Katana. It has the Japanese kanji symbol for Sakura. It has sakura flowers from the cherry blossom tree around here, and when you also unlock it, it's a flower itself. And this allows you to extend and retract the blade. If you're interested in this sword, I'll leave a link down below to my Etsy shop. But this video is mostly to show you some tips and tricks on how to use it. So let's get into it. So this sword is meant to be an indoor display sword. It is fully plastic, so it will break. And if you leave it around high temperatures or in direct sunlight, it will deform it and make it defective. So right now the flower is closed and it won't allow the blade to come out. So now how we properly open it is just twist the black piece. It just twists back and forth. Make sure you don't block the petals because that won't open. And also make sure the blade is not out and you're trying to force it. Never try to force it because you will break the petals and it makes it a difficult repair. Sometimes it's not repairable and you'll have to buy the whole sword again. So now that we know how to open it and close it, where most people have the issue or where they break it is when they extend the blade. They use excessive force, and which will break the blade when you're trying to put it back in forcefully. So the first way to safely extend the blade without breaking it is to let gravity extend the blade. So if there is some tension, the safest way is to start from the base. You might pinch yourself between this piece if you just kind of just hammer it down. So the second way to extend the blade, which I prefer, is the thrust and you pull. So now the third way to extend the blade, which causes the most issues, is when you go overhand. That just puts a lot of energy into extending the blade and it will most likely get it stuck, the blade. So I'll start off light and you'll see that I could have retracted easy, and then once I start putting more energy into it, it's going to get more likely stuck compared to the first and second way to extend the blade. So I don't recommend this way unless you have some already experience. So that was light. That will go in easy. As you can see, I kind of hammer it down, and that's the one way to get it back inside. But if you put too much energy, you might break the back piece. It'll just pop off, and then the blade, everything will just come out. And you'll probably need some glue or the whole blade replaced, the whole sword. So let's go now to putting more energy. Hopefully we don't break it. So that was a little bit harder. Now this piece got a little bit stuck. So now you can see that it's not working, the hammering. You don't want to go beyond because you will break it. So now the trick to get this one unstuck would be to go up and down. You're kind of going both inside. So let's see. Sometimes you'll hear a click click because it's passing layer lines. That was one click. It's more clicks. There it goes. Now you can put it back in. So let's get more in detail on these two pieces that mostly get stuck when you do it with excessive force. So right now it's easy to put back in and out, but if I do it, extend it hard, then it's hard to put back in. If we put too much force, it'll break it. So now the way to push this back in is to grab these pieces on the flat side, is go up and down, and you'll start hearing clicks. There we go. I'm pushing inside too. So an exaggerated would be this. I'm just going up and down, up and down. So if the techniques to retract the blade back do not work and it ends up breaking, I do have replacement parts on my Etsy shop. I also want to show you guys an example of how easy it is to break the pieces. So when you bend it, of course, that's going to be the weakest spot. So let me just show you guys. Another weak point is if you squeeze. Don't squeeze the blade. This silk filament is a little bit more brittle. It's not as good as with the squeeze. So here we go. So once you heard that crack, so now if you even bend it here, it breaks super easy. So let's squeeze it again. You hear a crack, now it's weak. Also, different blades made of different material. The PLA can withstand more of the bend test or the squeezing test. It won't crack as easy. And it's a little bit more bendable than the silk filament. Remember, this is a PLA. And then I believe this one is PTG. I also have this one withstands higher temperatures and resists the sun. So yeah, remember the first one to safely extend gravity. The second one was the push and pull or thrust and pull. And then I guess another one would be the flick of the wrist. Let's see. So I know I have no issues until I go overhand, then I might start running into more issues, as you can see. So now the technique was the hammer fisting, and that solved the issue. Remember, when you extend it too beyond, right now I'm trying to pull it apart so I can make it harder. So it's to go up and down, up and down. And there you go. You got it. Boom. So that's pretty much it, guys. I do have different colors. You could check out on my Etsy page. There's way more colors there. But if you decide to buy one, just be careful with it. Like I said, these are delicate. They can break. If you're buying it for your child, he'll most likely break it if he's not responsible. All right, thanks, guys.